The NBA 2K21 demo is here. And in the demo, you can get a head start on your My Career by jumping in and trying out the My Player Builder. To start off, you have the option to download the My NBA 2K21 mobile app to scan your face into the game. Once you're good with your appearance, it's time to try out the builder. This year, we've added more skill breakdowns to choose from, so make sure to take a look and pick the right fit for your game. Then, choose your physical profile, modify your attribute caps, and you pick the takeover you want. After you've personalized your build, it's time to test your potential. You get to select the overall you want to play as for the game, all the way up to a 99. Then it's time to pick your badges. The upgrades available are based on the attributes you have in each category. And it's your decision on how to divide up the badges. Do you want to max them out with a few Hall of Fame badges? Or do you want a little bit of everything by using bronze and silver? It's your call. Once you pick your jumper, it's time to join the Clippers and test your build.
A stunning view of the moon over our broadcast location tonight in Dallas, Texas. Welcome to 2K Sports for another edition of Basketball. Kevin Harlan with you, joined by Doris Burke, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge reporting courtside. Hey, Dave.
And a fresh new face in the NBA, Shea, with endorsements rolling in. The controversy made him recognizable. His gregarious nature makes him the ideal spokesman. For a lot of reasons, different companies are loving him, guys.
Thanks, David. Shea is marketable, Greg, as they get.
And I'm not too surprised that Shea's already landing sponsors. I mean, he has the game, the personality, and he has a lot of people rooting for him.
Here we are in November, and let's see how things are going out east in the early season. You take a look at the Cavaliers. They were hoping to get off to a better start to the season. Things are still early, so they still may have a chance.
Well, for Cleveland, it's been a disastrous start to the season for them. They can't buy a win.
Yeah, they can't really afford to slip any farther down in the standings because, let's face it, they don't have the firepower to dig themselves out of too deep a hole once they're in it.
Here's the starting group for the Cleveland Cavaliers. Ashman and Love are the forwards. Exum is out there with Garland. And it's Drummond in at the 5, roaming the paint. And for Dallas, Doncic and Hardaway at the 2 and the 3. Kleba is the 4 with Porziņģis in the middle. And it's Brunson in at the guard position.
We know this about the Dallas Mavericks. They will put every piece of data and information to use in terms of trying to get an advantage. Think about it, guys. They are now doing blood tests, trying to head off injury for their players. They believe this gives them a clearer picture into the overall health of their athletes.
Bucket is good.
Always feels good getting that first one in the bank.
And will that get him rolling? Will it get his team rolling? This should be an interesting night.
Here's Osman, and he goes strong with the one-handed jam.
Yeah, I'd say that shot is well within his range.
I would hope so. And Doris, those blood tests you were talking about, always subject to player permission. They want to honor player privacy.
I think you have to, Kevin, and most of the Mavs have embraced it. These tests have the ability to measure almost 50 biomarkers. As an athlete, you're always trying to stay in peak form. As an organization, you're always trying to manage appropriately their workloads.
Here's Kleba after the made shot from Andre Drummond. Hardaway. It's Drummond with the rebound.
I'll tell you, most of the time this guy's going to finish that, but that was tremendous defense that prohibits him from completing the play.
Count that one.
Dante Exum, outstanding.
Getting ready for Dallas. Dwight Powell's checked in for Porziņģis. Dorian Finney-Smith comes in for Maxi Kleba. Maurice checked in for Tim Hardaway Jr. And it's Slim in for Jalen Brunson. Then for the Cavaliers, Tristan Thompson, he's checked in for Andre Drummond. Nance comes in for Kevin Love. And Porter subbed in for Exum. As you and I were just talking about this, as more and more players are going public with their trade requests, do you think that's had a negative impact on the game?
Well, Kevin, I certainly think it makes long-term planning for NBA franchises a lot more difficult because contractually we are not seeing them hold true to the particular organization they may have signed that contract with. The reality is this in today's NBA. You've got to be nimble as an organization, and you have got to be attractive to them. And I mean that with great ownership, great leadership, and who are the players currently in your system. You have got to be incredibly nimble to be successful in today's NBA.
I think you're right on. 5 to shoot. From downtown, the shot's good from Charles.
Such a boost to this offense when this guy can knock down uncontested threes.
Garland, the pass to Osman. He kicks it to Garland. Cleveland moving the ball around. Thompson finds Porter. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back. Porter's got 5.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
To the paint, Charles, good. And the assist goes to Doncic. Slim's got his second bucket of the game to go.
You know, there's an unselfishness to Luka Doncic, and a pretty pass right there.
Garland, the pass to Thompson. Garland with it, guarded by Powell. Back to Thompson. Shoots over Powell, the offensive rebound.
A team's rebounding is a great measure of its energy. It has been terrific here in the first quarter.
You gotta love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
The finish in transition, nice and easy.
Here's Osman. He's covered by Murray. Thompson against Powell. And Thompson kicks to Osman. That one doesn't go. Murray with the defensive effort. Inside. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Mavericks making a switch here. Curry's checked in. The Mavericks have shot 3 of 5 at the foul line.
Yeah, and over the course of the season, they're a respectable 78%. That comes in handy in close games.
And when you look at the Cavs last season, Doris, a very young team after having been the oldest team in the league the prior.
And Greg, it makes sense, doesn't it? You're trying to develop players, whether it's for your team or to try to put together a trade package in the future. You're hoping ultimately to gain value through that process and through the draft, but it takes time.
Timeout called the Cavaliers.
And in their history, the Dallas Mavericks have never moved up in the draft, and they needed to do so this summer to keep their pick.
Well, you think about it, Greg, they went into it with a little over a 26% chance to move up into the top 4. That did not happen. The Hawks collecting that 10th pick from the Luka Doncic trade.
Now here's Nance. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Pass to Garland. The pass to Osman. Over Murray. And it's Osman missing.
They've been beating them to a lot of those loose balls and rebounds here to start.
No good from Charles.
Boy, against so little defensive pressure, you have to convert that.
Here's Garland. And that time, also a missed shot.
And you know, you can't impact a shot that close any better than he did on that possession.
Boy, whether he blocks it or simply alters it, the result is pretty much the same.
Love seeing a point guard who can explode to the rim like that.
Oh, great attitude and even a better finish.
Boy, it's incredible how much explosive scoring ability can come from the lead guard position. That is a big-time play.
Here is Slim. We saw him with 29 points last game. To the inside. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. A live body off the bench. Dwight Powell gives you productive minutes.
He does, Kevin, and that's most reflected in the plus-minus when you look at his stats. This is a guy who hasn't averaged a ton of minutes, but he scores and he defends at a high level when he's given those minutes.
That free throw missing.
Well, this is a decent free throw shooter, and where Powell could help himself is getting to the line a little bit more.
DeLon Wright, he's checked in for Murray. And Cleveland with a change here, too. Zizic has checked in for Jetty Osman.
And the missed opportunities for them at the line here early on.
And Nance kicks to Porter. Takes the three. The Mavericks pull it in. Powell's got 6 rebounds here tonight. And Curry the bucket on the assist by Wright. And the Mavericks lead by 3.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
Now here's Garland. Guarded by Charles. They get it again. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Well, Tristan is starting to develop a sense for how to find contact and working his way to the line.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. That free throw good from Thompson.
Thompson knows he needs to keep working on that free throw shot. It definitely needs improvement.
He's perfect from the line this time. Outside Curry. And he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. And don't go away. We'll be right back. Kristaps Porziņģis grew up in faraway Latvia, but thanks to his brother, developed a passion for the NBA.
My older brother, he was a big fan. He always had pictures of Michael and then Kobe and Shaq, and then we both started watching a lot of NBA highlights. And then later on, 13, 14, Kobe and Powell, I used to watch those guys play a lot.
And Greg, that's something different now for foreign players, isn't it? A lot more exposure to the NBA.
And KP, a fan of the culture. You saw him in cornrows as a kid. I think that helped prepare him for the transition.
And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And what do you think, guys, about Dallas here in this one?
Well, going to the bench early, they obviously knew what they were doing.
As a coach, I think you get a certain feel for what your team needs. And credit this guy for not waiting around. He went ahead and made the adjustment.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gabe, fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter to play. On the court for the Mavericks, they've got Slim. Also, DeLon Wright is out there. Powell is out there with Curry. And it's Finney-Smith in at the 4 slot.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
On the wing, Porter. Let's go. And that one's on target from the wing. And now it's a 3-point Cavalier lead.
Well, coaches might discourage that kind of look, but he'll take it anyway.
Slim passes to Curry. Up to Powell. Dishes to Wright. To the middle. Stolen by Garland. In transition, here come the Cavaliers. And finished off by Porter.
That's a stomach punch, guys. Turn it over and give him a free run to the bucket.
Oh, you're so right. Notion who has the momentum now.
It's still close, though. These teams have been neck and neck. Let's see the response here.
Dallas calls timeout. As the teams head into this timeout, a chance for the coaches now to map out some plays for the next few minutes and a chance for the players to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's important if they want to make sure they don't wear down later in the game.
Absolutely. Over the course of a game, you have to stay hydrated.
Porziņģis is checked in for the Mavericks. Maxi Kleber comes in for Dorian Finney-Smith. And Cleveland also making a change. Andre Drummond's checked in for Thompson.
So how about the Cavaliers head coach John Beilein making his NBA debut after 27 seasons as a college basketball coach? Think back to his time at Michigan, the first back-to-back 30-win seasons in school history. This is an excellent hire for Cleveland.
For Dallas, they have gone just 4 of 8 from the line tonight, hoping to move that free throw percentage up a bit. That's good from Charles. And Doris, isn't it interesting? Coach John Beilein has never, at any level, been an assistant coach.
No, but he has made his way through the ranks, going from high school to junior college, Division III, Division II, and then right up through the ranks of Division I. So he now makes the final leap to the NBA. How cool is that, Kev?
Now, here's Porter. He's got Mount. And Drummond throws it down.
And when he gets himself into the right position, Drummond's so powerful in terms of finishing at the rim. The only way to prevent that from getting to the launching pad in the first place.
And out of bounds, the Cavaliers will take it. Hardaway's checked in for the Mavericks.
Tim Hardaway Jr.
Cleveland leading by 5. 14 points from him. The last. Now he's checked in for Mason. Magic comes in for the long right, and it's for Tim Hardaway Jr. And then for Cleveland, Tristan Thompson, he's checked in for Andre Drummond. And comes in for Andre Zizic. And it's Jenny Osman in for Porter. Here's Nance. No points in the game after him. Pass to Osman. Shot clock at 6. He dishes it to Nance. Cleveland moving the ball around. Garland, no good. And so Curry will bring it up for the Dallas Mavericks. They trail by 7. They come in fresh off the win against the Warriors.
Defensively, and you take advantage. Simple as that.
Pointers checked in for Cleveland. That one missing. Doris, you and I enjoy discussing pure scores. Great shoots, but guys that can score a myriad of ways. Give us a couple of names that we don't always hear about that really impress you.
Well, one guy has got an offensive game that is continuing to grow and is quite beautiful already in Sacramento. Probably the best example, Kev, would have to be the multi-time Williams. This guy can score against any defense. He's great in pick and roll. He has become a better playmaker, but Lou Williams is a problem to guard.
And as people will say, he is a professional scorer.
That's perfect, yes.
And they keep hammering
The
away at
NBA
him inside,
2K21's out
forcing the
now,
ball
and in this
into the paint.
episode, we're jumping right in. Plus, we look back at our best 2K TV moments of
$2K20.
2K20. And first look at what's coming up in my team for
one of the greats in the game,
2K21.
but I love his confidence.
Match checked in for Boyner.
Welcome to a special edition of
And he needs to get back to what he was doing in that first quarter when he was in attack mode, drawing fouls and getting to the line.
Here is Slim. 16 points for him. And a quick look here at some of the numbers for Doncic.
And guys, how about the surge of offense he's experiencing right now? These last 5 games, he's been a machine at the offensive end. A different scorer than he had been. And we'll find out if he can keep it going here tonight. And just doing a much better job of getting to the line this quarter than he did in the first.
And Cleveland making a change here. Dellavedova's checked in. And he makes the first, but misses the second.
And they continue to control the glass.
Here's Osman. 16 points for him. The Cavaliers again can't hit.
This shot's just, it's not there right now with this team leading. Perhaps, let's focus on some other areas of the game.
4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. It's tipped. Porziņģis with the steal. And here we go. The Mavericks in a fast break. And it's in there. Curry's got 6.
I think this is someone you have to account for in transition. Seth Curry does a great job getting into open space.
Here's Osman. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 9.5 points a game. And Slim picks up the foul. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line. For Cleveland, they have gone 9 of 13 from the line.
And 75% on the season as a unit from the free throw line.
Just 4 seconds left in the first half of the game. On deep, and the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for it. And so it's Cleveland, with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. They're pounding the ball inside, and that's where they've gotten their best production tonight. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the
They're ahead of
sideline.
where they were
All right,
last
Dave.
season at this time. Always nice to see that
Thanks,
progress in
Kevin.
a
Well,
positive
the last
direction.
few games you have been on fire, and it's
Continue to
carried
get
over to
watch
tonight.
Shea in this
What's
one, the
gotten
player
into
who's
you these
taken
last few
one of the
games?
more interesting paths to the NBA.
It was so interesting that I couldn't even follow it all. It was like
Hey, GA, I think I've just gotten into a nice groove with the rest of the guys, man. And like right now, it's like we're reading each other's mind for me. And I'm just enjoying the rides with my teammates, man.
You look at Shea. He's become more famous for
Looks
his
like
name
Group
than he has for
ESP
his
to
game.
me. Thanks for your time. Back
It's
to you,
one to
Kevin.
get the opportunity, but
Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following halftime.
Kevin Harlan standing by to bring us the play-by-play.
The sprawling metropolis of Dallas, Texas is our setting tonight. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. Slim having a dominant impact in this game. Joining us, folks, for this midweek NBA action on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan along courtside with Brett Berry and Greg Anthony. We've got David Aldridge on our sideline.
This guy has done just that.
And tipping off the second half, here's John Beeline's
And the biggest takeaway, look at his numbers.
forward.
How good his three-point shooting has been the past 5 games. He's finding the open spots on the front, and when he's getting good
checked in
looks,
for Porziņģis.
boy, he
DeLon
is not
Wright
missing.
comes in for Hardaway. And let's go straight over to David Aldridge for Luka Doncic. And it's Slim in for Jalen
Well,
Brunson.
guys, most
And the
everyone is
Cavaliers will
familiar
go with a
with
different
Che's
look here.
incident at
Tristan
Bay
Thompson,
City.
he's checked in for
Even
Andre
the
Drummond.
squad before
Zizic comes in
Truman
for Kevin
to
Love.
protest the
Harry
treatment
Nance
of
is
the
checked in
teammate.
for Jetty Austin.
Big
And
debate
it's
at the
Edson
time, but
in for
Che
Porter.
still feels it was the right decision. Like it or not, he's a
Here is
good
Slim.
principal.
He's got 17. Here's Curry. Thanks for that. And Andrew Dallas will retain
And I can
possession.
see the reasoning from both sides. I don't think Che tries to
The
be
Mavericks
a
making a
blanket
change here.
controversy, but
Porziņģis is checked
he
in.
doesn't shy away
Switch here
from it
also
either.
for Cleveland. And now Porter's checked in. Warrior starters. Curry and Clay, the Splash Brothers, in the backcourt. Green down low with Looney. And it's Wiggins in at the 3. On the clock, Dallas. Dallas needs to get off a shot with Porziņģis in the middle. Shot is good. Doncic and
Well, you know
Hardaway
that
at the
Seth
2
Curry
and
will
the 3.
be aggressive
And it's
regardless
Brunson
of
in
where
at the
he is
point.
on the floor. Nice look inside
Players
there.
on the best behavior to start
For
the year.
years, guys, obviously we thought about the Cavaliers as one of the best three-point shooting teams in the league. Last year, obviously a very different story. They had a couple of shooters, but they lacked the kind of stars that could draw the defenses away.
James Barea is checked in for Porziņģis.
Guys start to think about,
And Doris, to your point, it seems like any team that lacks floor spacing has a hard time picking up points.
And I
And for
don't
the
like where
Cavaliers,
we are
Kev,
right
that
now.
was
It's
obviously
cold
their
in this
biggest
chip.
problem.
What is
They were
going on?
second to last in the
That might
league in
spill over
points
occasionally
scored,
to
and that is what
competition.
translates
Well, because
to
my wife
only
plays this
19
game, watches
games
our
won
broadcast,
after winning
I'm always
50
in the
the year
honeymoon
before.
stage.
I'm looking at you, Kevin, and I cannot believe you just said that.
I can't believe she's playing. Throw good. Brunson is with the block. Brunson scanning the floor. Count that bucket.
Always fun to look at. Not tremendously efficient, but the floater.
Changes here for Jalen. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. Outside Hardaway. It's such an honor to be on this with you, and you were the first female to become a full-time NBA analyst. It's breaking new ground. You've accomplished so much in your life personally, professionally. What would you tell young women who's got the and one chance here looking at a 3-point play ahead in their career?
How about that finish by Steph there? He's just a master at altering his shot. After he hears the whistle, gets the contact, and finishing.
Dorian Finney-Smith checked in for the Mavericks.
Well, for so long, the Warriors have been a great shooting team. I don't see that changing as long as Steph can play
just wrap their arms around
the
me
Dubs.
from
You
the
think
time
about
I entered
the Splash Brothers, the backboard, their unselfish style to bring the ball. This other team
The shots harder from I've seen you work. I've seen you prepare. No one prepares more. No one works harder than you.
Very high honor for a
Well, you
brand that has
consider the
long been
Dallas Mavericks last
associated with our
season,
league.
missing the
You
playoffs
said
for
it
the
well,
third straight year.
Gatorade
That
doesn't
ties
really
their
just
second
hand off
longest
to
route
him
in
deal
franchise
this early in
history.
his career.
You've got to believe this is a group that's highly
And the Warriors
motivated.
last year, Brent, top 3 in three-point shooting once again.
How about that? The 5th straight year that they've been a top 3 team from the three-point line, and not really much of a surprise given their shooting prowess. Some of their would be bad shots, Kevin, quite frankly, for any other team, but that's
and the Mavericks are proud franchise
from Golden
State. Looking to get back into the playoffs this season.
No doubt,
That's his
Kevin,
first
they
foul.
have reloaded
Dallas
with
making a
young
switch here.
star
Curry's
talent.
checked in.
Kristaps Porziņģis already an all-star. Luka Doncic, the rookie of the year.
Started by
I
Charles.
think this is a
And the
group
shot
ready
is
to
good.
make some noise.
So far, both teams scorching the
That
net.
one is no good.
You gotta love it.
Yeah, made for TV game here. Pace rate, scoring is coming in bunches, and both of the teams feeling confident.
No luck.
And you
So
can
it's the
tell right
Mavericks
there,
now.
the defense is, that's not his game.
And plenty of contact on the shot. So 2 free throws
Even with
coming
the
up.
defense, not really a factor.
Let's use this break in the action to show you the teams that in the last 10 games have been the NBA's best fast break team. To the left side wing and third, the Mavericks.
I mean, no doubt for me that they've hit their stride the last few weeks. I mean, they are punishing the defenses with that up-tempo style.
No good on the free throw. Here's Charles.
And he's letting
His shot is good, making a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
line tonight. It's
Well,
got
you
to
have to applaud Shea for doing what he feels is right. I heard that no good at the stripe this in game. He made sure to spend time with his fans.
Obviously, times have been quite tough lately, but you have to think back to
from the young
Cleveland's
rookies coming
first
into the
and
league. Glad to
only
hear that
title
Shea
in
remembers that
2016.
ultimately
LeBron's second season back in the city, and boy, did he deliver on
Never
his
too soon to
promise.
check out the power rankings. Let's see how these teams are stacking up. You look at Dallas moving the ball. They couldn't hold their position this week, but remain in the top 10. Correlia's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. The Cavaliers leading by 4. And that was an incredible year back in 2016. And here are the Mavericks now. Green and that following the 2 by Andrew Wiggins. 5. Doors changing the momentum.
Amazing to think, Kevin, how
Warriors
quickly
leading
things
by
can
3.
shift and change in the NBA. Credit the Cavaliers. They
Bowman.
made the bigger
2
shots,
points. That
and they
one
had
goes.
the best player
He's
on
got
the floor
6.
in LeBron James. That was a season to
This game for the
remember.
Mavericks. It was a loss to the San Antonio Spurs.
show a little more fight in the NBA on the interior than they did on that fast track
Timeout
out
called
there.
the Cavaliers.
And I thought their lack of hustle defensively was the story of the game.
You can't allow any opponent to shoot that kind of percentage. If you do, it's just going to be so tough to keep up.
Player development, not just a coach's job, Brent, something you're active in right now. And, you know, there are some players who are playing coach, who are terrific mentors and teachers on teams.
There's no doubt about it that there are guys. I think about first what Vince Carter has provided to the teams. He's been around in the past couple of seasons. Zach Randolph, to some degree, was doing that as he moved from Memphis to Sacramento. But there are guys who are still players and that are all contributing and doing big things like Chris Paul and Mike Conley that are such huge attributes to an organization when they start to introduce the changeover in their roster or the next phase of their team. You got to give a lot of kudos and appreciate the fact that players who've been that great for that long accept and willingly accept, Kevin, the role of teaching young guys and paying it forward.
The role players that have been like Calderon and Haslem, who have not been stars.
Let's take a quick look at the numbers for Exum. He's averaging 7 points a game, 2 assists, and 2 rebounds. And clearly, clearly he's having a tough stretch here, but it's all about how you respond to the adversity.
Now
that'll be key.
Right,
he's coming off a 22-point game against the Grizzlies in Memphis.
It feels harder than it should be, but you've just got to
Curry has it in the corner. There's 1:17 left to play in the first. There's Porter with the three. Here's Charles. He'll get another chance. There's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for two. And Golden State gets called for the foul. The Mavericks have put up good numbers at the charity stripe, converting 6 of 7. Thompson outside. A second chance effort. It's rebounded by Dallas.
And that is a textbook example of how to defend your rim.
That boy, to have someone back there who can erase your mistakes. What a big-time asset defensively.
And that one, good. And he makes the first. DeLon Wright, he's checked in for Seth Curry. 1:31 left in the change here. Exum deciding where to go with it. The teardrop falls in.
Well, it's hard to question the size Dante Exum brings to the point guard position. He's unique in the game, Kevin.
Dallas calls for timeout. Out of Würzburg, Germany, left in the Maxi Kleba. The strong start, Doris, to his career.
Incredible to think he grows up in the same small town as Dirk Nowitzki. And he first meets Dirk when he's 12 years old. What an amazing story for them to become teammates on the Mavericks. So cool.
He's checked in for Cleveland.
What opened things up for him was his pass.
The Mavericks trail.
Plays that the D had to play off.
Pass to Wright. Trailing by 2. Now to Wright. It's on 3. He starts the game with a miss.
Well, you can like
down low.
On the
Stolen by Thompson.
Particularly here to start game.
And the officials into the backcourt violation. Not very careful there. Now, here's Garland. T right on him.
And you look at the Mavericks' numbers last season, the need for shooting
is right.
And I think, Greg, what's shocking is poor shooting is not something you have historically associated with the Mavs. A high rate of threes and a high rate of free throws.
And so far as we conclude the first quarter,
both of those percentages
the Mavericks on top.
That's an area
lead
for
by 1,
this season.
and we'll get going on the American Airlines Center. About how it all meshed. The first free throw is good.
And obviously, Doris last year was a rough one for the Cavs. But if you're searching for bright spots, they did play fairly disciplined basketball.
I think you're right, Greg.
You know, Greg, defense is Draymond's specialty, no question about it.
And it all starts on that. 6th in personal fouls. They didn't give a ton away, but the problem is they couldn't create much on the offensive end.
And a good job.
And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter.
And
before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen?
Going to the bench early, they obviously knew what they were doing.
And looking for a spark here, and again, the right guys to get out there and provide it.
And here's what the Cleveland Cavaliers schedule looks like. On a Saturday, seconds. Then on Monday, they'll be facing Kyrie Irving and the Brooklyn Nets.
And for that matchup with the Magic, you know they want to come out and make a big statement.
Porziņģis is checked in for Dorian Finney-Smith.
But
Curry comes in for Peru. And that's checked in by Larry Nance. Right, and it's Slim in for J.J. Barea.
Larry Nance, my goodness, what hops on that young guy.
Right, the pass to Charles. Replay angles are interesting. Brent instant feedback. 31 seconds left in the third. It's stolen by Nance. 2-on-1 as they jump out on the break. It's Garland. And that one drops. Garland's got the lead up to super slow motion for the Cavs.
And that's the kind of play you just do not want to give up defensively. You lose the possession every time there's a replay at any other arena, and they have access to the same on the floor
every game. Where are most of the times these calls being
how about the outstanding vision from the crafty point guard Dante Exum, seeing the floor beautifully.
Some technology to help us not only get it right,
it's a two-pointer. Jump shot is good,
but also very
balanced got his second basket of the night.
And with those points, he puts it into that 10-0 run by the Cavaliers.
The points coming in bunches as we wrap up the third quarter. It's been a good one. Good from Charlotte ahead. They lead by 8. And we'll get going after this from the American Airlines Center. He hits one and misses one, each at the line. The Warriors trail. Fires the three. Rebounded by Charles.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
Fourth quarter of action is upon the Stacks is his fourth. He's only missed one of his 5 shots tonight. Doncic and Hardaway at the 2 and the 3. They've been doing a great job and they're sharing the ball. And it's Cleveland in at the 5 down low.
Because right now
that's
that
the lineup out there for the Mavericks. Here's Charles. Good for the basket. Number 9. He's only missed 2 shots from the floor all night. There's Looney. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 8 points a game. 4 on the clock.
And to me, he's just playing smart, efficient basketball, really helping his team hang around the
He's not going to miss many of those.
5 on the clock.
Gets to that ring.
Cleveland needs to get a shot off here. Basket counts. 7 points for the Warriors. Pull it in.
They are just
Wiggins has got it on number 5 here tonight. To the inside. Right side Curry. On its way from Curry for 2. And it's Golden State with another. Fourth quarter of basketball.
Not only is he not missing,
and it's
I think he's really enjoying himself out there. When he goes on a tear like this, he gets that big smile on his face, the mouthpiece, the side of his mouth, and his teammates feeding off the end.
Well, this has not been his finest hour, but give your teammates some credit for doing the job of stepping in.
From three-point by Doncic. Doncic has got 16 points.
Guys, his consistency in terms of shooting has really helped him seize control.
Now, here's Garland. To the middle, here's Boltzmann. Good, and Curry gets the assist. And Thompson gets to 6 assists here tonight.
Steph Curry, one of the greatest shooters in the history of the NBA, but also a very gifted passer. Great at finding his teammates.
Really good anticipation by Dante Exum. He feels the defense
passes to Porziņģis.
sticks it.
And against the basket, officials pouring the whistle to Curry. Hands at the line for 1 more.
Well, if you're giving up that much height, the only thing that you can do as a defender is to foul him.
Here's Cleveland. As many expected presents are back. But that 3 is off the mark. The Cavaliers lead for a long time. To the middle, here's Nance. Banked in off the glass.
Well, Larry Nance, because of the athleticism feat, is incredible on the interior. Look out.
Be the core of their future.
Here is Slim, covered by Nance. And there's the basket. Whistle blows and a chance for a 3-point play. Going to the line for 1. Dwight Powell's checked in for the Mavericks. And then for Cleveland, Drummond comes in for Tristan Thompson. And it's Kevin Love in for Nance. A free throw off from Porziņģis.
Well, after the boos on draft night, when he got to the league, you could immediately recognize Porziņģis, and he keeps trying to raise the bar for himself. An exciting young player for the league.
It's good. Doncic has got him with the ball now. Will bring it up for Cleveland. The Warriors shooting 52%. They've won by as many as 11 points. Pass to Wiggins. Here's Osman. By Hardaway. Some nice passing by Golden State. He's got 24.
It works well there. Not much resistance from the deep.
It takes incredible effort to stay connected to the hip of the offensive player. You've got to walk to work.
By Dallas. Again, the miss by the Mavericks. Rebound in this game. This offense has really been good.
Really know it from the tip lane right now. Energy. That is hard to deal with.
I think the talk about Porziņģis being soft on the inside might be a little misguided. Playing pretty hard right now.
Over X now, 8 seconds separating the two. Cleveland. Looney passes the ball straight down.
And that's a huge play. I mean, they need more.
Curry against Curry.
Second chance points are going to be key in this game.
Probably so. That's usually a crucial element to any comeback. A nice shot by Exum. And it's rebounded by Dallas. They're getting their first look of the season at the Warriors.
And this, the first of 3 games.
Here is Slim, offended by Drummond.
One eye on the rim, one eye
Cleveland, the pass to Hardaway. Doncic outside.
Almost like he's playing with
trying to free himself up. Shot clock reset for down. And so it's that one goes. Holding on to an 8-point lead and into the break. And they've done a phenomenal job down low. There's so many other points. Now let's catch up with David Aldridge. Exum on the sideline. He's been up and off the pretty assist. Exum's got 7 points here in this quarter.
They shot the lights out in the first half. What has to change?
You put a poor first half behind you, and you get to work here in the second.
Here's Charles, and foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Thank you. Back to you, Kevin.
Kevin picks one up. Thank you, David. And we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway. And the first one drops.
Well, it's been so hard to watch at times. I mean, he's missed so many of his foul shots tonight.
And we've got third quarter of basketball for you. 2 quarters in the books. Curry has been sensational. And that's good as he hits both of the shots.
They were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring
Here's Osman
in that first half.
They're just way too easy out there. And
got a moment. Let's dishes it. Brought to you by Gatorade All Fueled Up for the second half. Setting the floor for the Warriors. Green down low with Looney. 6 on the shot clock. Play the splash to Drex in the backcourt. And it's Wiggins in at the 3 spot. And there's the call on Andre Drummond. That'll be his second foul with some changes. He's checked in. The Mavericks making a change here. Seth Curry comes in for Luka Doncic. And it's Slim in for Jalen Brunson. Pass to Pascal. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. Changes here for the Mavericks.
Take a look at
DeLon Wright comes in for Maxi Kleber. And it's Slim in for Jalen Brunson.
He's averaging about
Cleveland also making some changes. Tristan Thompson, he's checked in for Dante Exum. Zizic comes in for Jetty Austin. And Larry Nance is subbed in for Garland.
Haven't been impressive.
There is a bit of a feeling they're all really step up, and they know he's capable of doing it right now.
Here's Charles.
Just not getting it done.
Love grabs the board. The Cavaliers leading by 15, and the first one at the line is good. Brett, we talk about home court advance outside. It's the same as it used to be. It has that same impact. Isn't it interesting that we're seeing some teams with more three-point attempts than two-point attempts?
Has been together for a long time
that every year over the last decade
take their wares on the road and come home with a victory, but it absolutely gives you comfort as a player to continue your team to be at a place that seems familiar. Something deep
this is the
down
evolution of the game. It is
helps
not
every
going
member
anywhere.
of that
There's 2
team
high-valued
being at
shot
home.
in the league. Restricted area twos, that means point-blank opportunities at the rim and three-point shots, and everything else in between seems to be getting lost.
Dorian Finney-Smith checked in for Dallas.
Yeah, the other team a bit concerned here. They're trailing, and the lead seems to be growing.
Slim. Here's DePaul. He's gotten some minutes, but not on the board yet. Over
they got a big lead.
And Hardaway gets it to go.
Really in the happening game as well, where one team clearly has the edge.
And
Tonight,
foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
For the Cavaliers.
Their hard work on the glass paid off.
On that tell you what, they're both excellent rebounding teams, and it was a tough battle this year underneath all game 70, and I think ultimately that line not nearly
and every win important, and this one will go down as win number 3.
Important. With this win, they split the season series at a game apiece and also avoid the sweep, and that has to be a relief.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Andre Drummond.
Well, I thought his best work was his pursuit of the basketball. He competed for every rebound, fought for position in the paint, and never stopped working.
And some changes here for the Mavericks. Marjanovic checked in for Tim Hardaway Jr. and Barea subbed in for Doncic. Then for the Cavaliers, no good on the second free is checked in for Tristan Thompson. Warriors shooting the ball. Alfonso McKinney comes in for Larry Nance. A wide open look for Lee. Subbed in for Exum. No good that 7 seconds. Dallas takes it the other way. Following this one, they get the host. The Cleveland will take possession. And that game closes out a 4-game homestand.
Another bucket down low. They've been the aggressors, taking the ball inside and attacking at the rim.
And it's Dellavedova with the ball. He brings it up for Cleveland. Here's Green, covered by Charles. Green kicks to Lee. Here's Zizic. Got a piece of it. Dallas again turning it over. To the wing on the left. Here's Poole. Off target from three-point range. 11 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Here's McKinney. Here's Dallas. They're on the Cavaliers taking the win here. They came in like they were the home team.
And Kevin, how about the mental toughness that this group showed?
14 points for him.
They were never rattled at all by the opposing fans.
Let's go. That's going to do it for now. The Mavericks rebound. Doors for Porziņģis. This is Kevin pick up 2. Porziņģis has got 16 points.
Again and again, they're dissecting the defense and creating those high-percentage looks from inside.
Lee passes to Green. Inside. Some nice passing by Golden State. Out to the right wing. Here's Bowman. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. Green's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Dallas has gone outside a lot tonight. 17 times, in fact. 7 of 17. Slim passes to Curry. And here's Porziņģis. From 11 feet away, it's rebounded by Golden State. Well, whether you love him or hate him, you can't deny that Draymond Green is one of the more unique players in the league.
There really isn't anyone else like Draymond. I mean, who does everything for a team but score. I mean, not only can he play all positions on both ends of the floor, but also to be the emotional leader. Truly a special player.
And there's a minute 45 left in the third. Lee outside. Pass to Bowman. A floater, and he sinks the layup.